Hey beautiful souls, welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're new here. Today I have a general reading for you. As always, it is going to be a general reading, so only take what resonates and leave the rest. It is a timeless message and can represent past, present or future, depending on which timeline you're on. Spirit will always guide you to a message that you need to hear exactly when you need to hear it. And for the ease of channeling, I will be using the pronouns he and she, but if they don't resonate for you, that's absolutely fine. Just swap them out for the ones that do. Yeah, so let's go ahead and get into it. Okay, so I keep hearing Ava Max, sweet but psycho. Somebody is embarrassed and ashamed for going up against you, okay? They mistook your sweetness for weakness. Your sweetness for weakness. They mistook your sweetness for weakness and plotted and planned to bring you down. But I'm hearing you're a savage. So, and now they're seeing this other side of you. They're knowing they're realizing that you're not one to be messed with, and that you are walking karma. And depending on how they and others treat you, depends on whether or not they're going to receive karma or dharma. Okay, so lessons or blessings. You're both a lesson and a blessing, depending on how people treat you. But this person or this group of people are now feeling embarrassed and ashamed that they came up against you, and are realizing that they should have collaborated with you. Okay, so let's get some more information on this. Okay, what else does Spirit want us to know about this energy? I'm not taking all of those, just one at the moment, please, Spirit. Just one. Okay, we have Arrow. Surround yourself with protective energy. Yeah, people are realizing that you're not to be messed with, okay? Because as soon as you clock on, as soon as you realize what's going on and around you and who's doing what, you're very quick to cut people off, okay? And this is inspiring some and irritating others, okay? But the energy that I'm tapping into right now is that this is somebody who kind of came up against you and is now inspired by you instead. Let's get some more energy, please. Yeah, Queen of Pentacles, lady, enjoy growth and reap rewards. You're both a lesson and a blessing, okay? You haven't got time to mess around. Your time is precious, okay? And you're very quickly going to use your discernment. You're very discerning, and you're very quickly going to cut out those that aren't for you, okay? You're going to cut straight through the bullshit. This person is nervous. I'm shaking. You make these. This person or this group of people are intimidated by you and your ability to cut people off quick. And like they're both intimidated and inspired by your coldness. Like, you can, I don't know if they've witnessed you doing this to someone or if you've done this to them, but you've ghosted them and you're acting like they don't exist to you, okay? And I know that that is very often something that is seen as narcissistic and what narcissists do, but narcissists use it to pull you back in, and punish you, and this is not what you're doing. You've done it to protect your peace, okay? You're very protective of your boundaries, how far you've come, your time, your energy. You haven't got time. Life is short, okay? life is short, you don't have time for messing around, you've got things to do, okay? And this person or this group of people is realising this now, and they're realising that they should have collaborated with you. You could be older than this person or this group of people. I kind of feel that they're kind of like looking up to you as sort of some sort of mother figure, okay? Or parental figure, okay? It doesn't have to be specifically female. You could be a wife, they could be a wife. But all this green energy, okay, is very earthy. You're very down to earth. You're very easygoing. You're very easy to get on with if people choose to. I just heard your bullshit filter is on point. You're very grounded. You're very stable. You don't need the validation of others, okay? People see you as being, even if you don't feel it, people see you as being very abundant. And it may not be that you're rolling around in money and luxury items, because those things may not be important to you. Or you're just very humble with your money. Like, even if you have money, that you don't show it off. Like, you're not, driving around in town cars and things like that. You're, driving around in some little old banger or something. You're not flashy with what you have. Like I said, you're very humble and you're very giving and nurturing towards others. And there's something about you giving to this person or these people and them laughing at you behind your back because they thought that you couldn't see that they were taking advantage of you and making fun of you, but you knew exactly what was going on, okay? You were just giving these people the opportunity to effectively right their wrongs, okay? Put things right, and they didn't. And now they're learning the hard way. You were sent in, okay? You were sent in as a blessing to this person or this group of people, okay? To improve their lives, to make their lives more abundant, and to help them out of a victim mentality. But you very quickly became a lesson for these people, okay? Because of the way they were treating you. There's something about you being fertile. Now, that could be literal with regards to babies and your cycles. It could also just be with regards to your creativity. Okay, you have a lot of ideas. I'm also seeing that you're just someone who's got like multiple talents, and right, these people are realising that there's more to you than meets the eye. You're deeper than they thought you were. They thought you were really shallow. Because they were looking through their eyes, they were seeing you through their own wounds and their own healing and their own ego, okay? They just assumed that that you were like them, and that you were doing things and saying things from an ego point of view because that's how they say and do things, okay? But they're now realising that that isn't the case, and they're feeling embarrassed and ashamed and kicking themselves for not collaborating with you. I do feel like you've cut this person or this group of people off. Not to punish them, but purely because being around them and being in their energy was interfering with your peace, and you're very protective of your peace and your time and your energy. And if a relationship regardless of who it is, friends, family, co-workers, you're going to cut them off. If it's not balanced, if it's not an equal give and take, you're going to cut them off. And I do feel like these people were warned. You're very blessed, okay? These people were warned that you were blessed. And they could see it. They just didn't want to. They were going through some sort of like cognitive dissonance where they just didn't want to believe it. The evidence was in front of them, but they were choosing to either ignore it, or some of them couldn't see it. Others could see it but were choosing to ignore it, okay? There's something about your words, something that you said to them. Something you said. Something they said that you said to them, possibly directly or indirectly, but something that you've said or someone's told them about you has, I want to say, pierced their heart. Like, it was hard to hear, it was hard to accept. It could be something that you've gone through personally that is, I want to say, gut-wrenchingly painful. Or you've been through a lot and these people just didn't realise how much you'd been through. And I can hear someone saying, how are you still so kind when the world has been so cruel to you? When the world has... I'm starting to get really emotional. You're very expressive with your feelings, okay? You're not going to hide behind your feelings. You accept them all. You take them as they come, okay? You're a very loving, a very giving person, and the world has been very, very cruel to you. And this person or these group of people are, they weren't aware of this, okay? Because you don't go around... They portrayed you as a victim, okay, because of a situation or an interaction. Basically because you were mirroring back at them what was needing healing within them, okay? You are a healer. You're definitely an empath, okay? You're an empowered empath, okay? And you need to be proud of yourself, okay? Because you've come so far. And you've been through so much to get to where you are, and these people didn't realise just how much that you've had to go through to get to where you are. They thought that your boundaries they thought, to start with, they were viewing you as like your boundaries were too harsh, that you were being a child, you were acting immature and throwing your toys out of pram, and it was a way, they thought you were using it as a way to get what you wanted from people. Now they're realising that that's not the case, and it's just that you've been through so much, you've been dealt some really shitty cards, and you've done so much healing that you're just protective of your time and your energy, and you're not going to allow people to treat you in a way that you don't believe that you deserve to be treated. And there's nothing wrong with that, okay? These people thought you were coming from your ego, that you thought too highly of yourself, okay? And you knew that they were making fun of you. You knew they were talking behind your back. And yet you chose to be kind to them, okay? They don't understand. They don't understand why you would continue to be kind to them. But it's because you are a good person. You're pure. But they took that purity as being naive. But something that you said or somebody's told them about you has like pierced their heart. It's like it's put them in their feels. So either they can resonate with it themselves and they're now understanding it. Maybe that this person's had to go through something that you went through to understand who you are and why your boundaries are so important to you, okay? And why you only allow certain people into your circle and you only open up to certain people. You come across as being really cold, okay? But you're not, okay? You're just protective of all the healing that you've done, okay? Everything that you do comes from a good place, okay? You have pure intentions. And these people took advantage of that. And they're now embarrassed and ashamed, and some of them are really upset over doing this to you because they're now realizing that they bullied an innocent person, okay? That you're not the victim that they portrayed you to be. You're not the victim that they portrayed you to be. There is something specific. I'll pull some tarot in a minute and we'll see if we can get more information on what it is that they know about you or they think they know about you. You have Hermit, retreat and recharge. Something about your silence as well. Someone's really realizing how much they've hurt you by doing what they did to you because you've gone silent on them, okay? Your silence is speaking volumes. I do feel like there are multiple different people here with multiple, like there's so many mixed emotions going on right now. But your silence is speaking volumes, and this person is starting to. This could be a feminine. It could be a mother figure. It doesn't have to be. Okay. On the bottom of the deck we have Winter. Take care of your needs. Somebody's realizing that they tried to make you feel. They thought that, like, you didn't have anyone, and that you needed outside validation because they did. They're now realizing that you've gone off and you've isolated yourself, not in a narcissistic way to punish people, but because this person or this group of people have really hurt you, and instead of turning on them and attacking them and doing to them what they did to you, which is ultimately they wanted you to attack them because it kind of showed that you cared, and for some of them they wanted you to attack them so they could justify their attacks on you. Like I say, there's multiple different energies here. Some are genuinely upset, some are not. But you going off and hermiting, you didn't react in a way that these people thought you would. You're not talking to them, like you full on ghosted them. Like, I don't feel like you're even angry and upset with these people. You're hurt and betrayed, or healing from hurt and betrayal of what was done to you, because I feel like you really trusted these people and they let you down. But instead of attacking them and reacting to their actions, you've disconnected from them, gone off on your own, you've reflected, connected with your emotions, and you took yourself off in a different direction. Okay. And now you've done the healing and you're coming out of that healing. These people are now having to face the karma of what they did to you, because they're realizing somebody thought that because you were off hermiting, that basically you were licking your wounds and feeling sorry for yourself, that you were in this victim energy because you weren't coming to them. you weren't coming back to them. But now that they've seen you out and about, and you've been seen out and about, and you've been going out and about and spending time with other people, because you've been focusing on the people that actually have pure intentions for you and that have pure intentions for you, this person's now having to reflect on what they've done and reflecting on the fact that they might actually be the problem, and they might actually be the reason that your relationship, your connection with this person, it doesn't have to be romantic, it can be a friendship, it could be co-workers, it could be a family, okay? They're now realizing and reflecting that actually maybe they were the problem and they attacked an innocent person. Because if you're out and about, then that means you've got time, but you're not spending your time with them. So now they're having to reflect on why that is, and they're starting to feel embarrassed and ashamed because they're waking up to the realizations that their actions may have pushed you away, that they betrayed you and they really hurt you. And why would you want to go back to somebody and continue to allow them to bully you, punish you, be nice to your face, and then nasty behind your back? Why would you want to be gaslit like that? You know, you wouldn't, because you've got self-respect, and that's what they are now starting to realise. Let's get some tarot and see if we can get a little bit more information. But there is something, so there is a person that you know and you've had a relationship for some time with, okay? And this is why the betrayal runs so deep, because this is somebody that you thought you could trust, okay? And then there's this other energy that I'm picking up on, and I'm feeling masculine energy, okay? But this is a masculine who comes across in his energy as being somebody who is generally in tune with their intuition, but for some reason didn't act from their intuition and acted from their ego. And it may be because somebody gave them some information about you and it triggered them. It may also, they just got pulled into it. They acted out of character, and now this person is realising they're realising that something, there's new information. They have new information about you, or they're seeing you differently and realising that you're stronger, more resilient, and more empowered than they gave you credit for. People were portraying you as a victim and they kind of just went along with it, and now they're regretting that, and they do feel genuinely sorry. Yeah, you're not a victim, you're really successful. Like, you were just protecting all of your achievements. Someone's been watching you from a distance, or somebody has been speaking to someone. This Five of Wands could represent gossip, okay, but this is conflict. People within this group, this people are turning on each other, okay? Somebody listened to gossip and slander about you, and now all these people that are involved, it's like there's a game, isn't there, with sticks, and you have to pull the sticks out, tumbling monkey or something, and you have to pull the sticks out without and try not to knock the monkeys down. And I'm laughing because some of these people were like flying monkeys. I don't know if you heard my phone vibrate there, but I'm going to take that as confirmation. They were flying monkeys. Somebody instigated an attack on you, lied and slandered you, saying that you were something that you were not, and there's a group, and then sent out their flying monkeys so that when in case something, the shit hit the fan, people wouldn't realize it was them doing it. But there's a tower. People are starting to receive their karma. People are starting to realize that you've gone, and you've gone for good, that you're not coming back. Maybe you walked away from these people and they thought you were going to come back, and you haven't, and they're now realizing, oh, this is serious. You're silent. You're not saying a word. You're keeping to yourself. You're doing your own thing. You're staying in your own lane. But there was gossip and slander about you, and your achievements and things that you've gone through in life. Okay, things were misinterpreted. Something that you said or did was twisted to get a group of people to go against you. Okay, and I'm going to use the term. I don't like the term, but it does explain the energy. The flying monkeys. Okay, the flying monkeys are realizing that they were used to go against you, so that the real instigator didn't get caught out, because they didn't want to get caught out for lying. Someone didn't want to get caught out for lying. Because then people would question them and ask them why they felt like they needed to go against you, why they were saying these things about you, and they had no good reason. Okay, they had no good reason to lie and slander your name and gossip about you. Okay, they didn't have a good reason. But the tower is starting to crumble. Okay, and the monkeys are falling. The monkeys are falling. They're scrambling and scrabbling to stay on top, to come out and to save face, and but they're all turning on each other, because they're trying to get, they're trying to get to the bottom of it. They're trying to get to the truth of, somebody's realizing that somebody instigated something unnecessarily. Someone's trying to get to the bottom of it, but I don't feel like they're going about it in the right way, and they're all just attacking each other. Okay, everybody's like, it's like a fight for survival. Okay, there's all these egos with this fire energy. It's all a bunch of egos. Nobody wants to be wrong. Everyone wants to blame somebody else. Okay. And I've just heard Spirit say, so you may be somebody who's watching this reading as somebody that is realizing that you went against someone and you portrayed somebody as a victim and they weren't. Spirit is saying to you, look for the person who is continuing to blame the person or the people that are not around anymore. Okay? Specifically a feminine. I've just heard this could be a wife or a mother, and or a mother. Look, this I've just noticed, okay? These two people are reaching up for the fire, and the fire, they're pointing towards this lady card, this Queen of Pentacles. Somebody is still blaming this Queen of Pentacles, okay? So there was a group of people that plotted and planned to go against you, or if you're part of this group of people, you went against somebody else. Spirit is saying, look for the people that are still blaming this Queen of Pentacles, because this Queen of Pentacles is not around. This Queen of Pentacles has walked away and taken her energy away. Look for that person, the people who are still blaming that person. Because I feel like some people have backed off because they've realised that actually they've got nothing to say about this person because they don't have any information, or like this person is not reacting and responding in a way like they've gone ghost. Okay, there's nothing, you can't gossip about someone who's not around, right? So look for the people that still are, who are still blaming this person and not taking accountability. Ultimately, everybody needs to take accountability for the part that they played, because even if you were pulled in as a flyer monkey, you're still responsible for not seeing through what was going on. You're still responsible for your choices and your actions in going up against someone, okay? And also, like, you need to ask yourself, why are you now sad and upset? Is it because you genuinely don't like to hurt people? Because is it genuinely because you're worried about the person that you've hurt and their feelings, or is it because you've got caught out and you're now receiving karma? Ask yourself that question and answer it honestly. Let's get some more clarification. The Chariot. Yeah, this Queen of Pentacles, this could be a masculine and feminine figure, as a masculine and a feminine as well. There could be two people here that moved away because they're spirit led. But spirit are also bringing in this karma to balance these scales. Let's get some more. In the Six of Pentacles, okay? This could be with regards to something that happened in the past. But ultimately, this is something... Somebody tried to take something from someone. Something was balanced and somebody tried to take something from it. Somebody messed with karma. Somebody tried to take something from this Queen of Pentacles, this lady, this abundant figure, possibly this masculine as well, as the card is over there. Somebody tried to basically take karma into their own hands, but it was unjustified. The karmic scales were thrown out because I do feel like something was successfully taken. It's something to do with someone's money or a gift. Because it's the Ace of one Pentacles, the Ace of Pentacles, and that's a gift from God. Somebody tried to, something was gifted. It was a physical, so there was something to do with a masculine and a feminine, specifically a feminine. The attack was supposed to be against the feminine, but you took it out on the masculine as well. And something was taken from this feminine that was a gift from the divine, but somebody intercepted it. Now, normally, if something is for you, it can't be intercepted. But what I'm seeing is this was part of the divine's plan, because they wanted to see how these people, whether or not these people were going to make it right, and they didn't. Something was taken, money or a gift was taken, because somebody was trying to attack the feminine, because somebody was plotting and planning and trying to attack the feminine and trying to take from this feminine out of jealousy. They upset the scales, the balance of karma, but Spirit allowed them to do that. Okay, it was spiritually guided, because it was Spirit testing them as to whether or not they were going to make things right, to then, were they going to change and step up and accept this feminine, or were they going to continue to try and punish her for just breathing. or were they going to continue to take from her? The scales, it wasn't put right, and they took it too far, and now the scales are being balanced, and everything that they took from this feminine and this masculine is going to be returned to them tenfold. And that's why spirit allowed it to happen, because they knew that whatever was taken from you would be returned times 10. Okay, so let's clarify the Nine of Pentacles and the Five of Wands. Okay, Ace of Wands. Your successes triggered others, triggered insecurities and stuff within a person or a group of people. It threw them out of balance, okay? They couldn't handle your energy, okay? You intimidated them, and they're not used to that. They're used to being the intimidating one. And I feel like you had people, I'm hearing you had influence over people, okay? You had influence over people, but you didn't use that to manipulate others, okay? It's just, you would walk into a room and people would kind of be, I'm seeing specifically a particular masculine, and I don't feel, this could be your masculine, it doesn't have to be, but a feminine looking at this masculine who's stumbling over, acting out of character, who's usually quite cool, quite calm, collected, usually quite intimidating, acting differently around you. And I'm seeing like green eyes, okay? So this person could have green eyes. They could wear green eyeshadow. But this is more about being the green-eyed monster, okay? So somebody was jealous about a way a particular masculine was looking at you, or the way that people were like stepping up for you, helping you, and you didn't even have to ask. Like, people were like tripping over themselves to like give you things, and they didn't like it. Yeah, this could be something, again, something to do with family, okay, with this Ten of Pentacles. This abundance, your abundance made them feel like a victim. You being abundant made them feel like a victim. But instead of acknowledging their feelings towards you and working through that and collaborating with you, they chose to portray you, possibly to a family, doesn't have to be, as a victim, and you're not the victim that they portrayed you to be, okay? You saw what was going on, you put boundaries in place, yeah. You put boundaries in place to protect your own peace and your own energy, your own masculine and feminine energies, okay? But I also feel like this is a collaboration between a masculine and a feminine, okay, in the physical. And there's a situation where I feel like a masculine had to stand up to his friends or his family with regards to his feminine, because he knew the truth. He saw the truth. He knew what was going on, because he's also highly intuitive and protected by spirit. And he stepped up to defend this feminine when others were attacking. This person, this green-eyed monster that was jealous, could also have been jealous of your relationship with a masculine and how protective of you he was, and how you would work as like the teamwork between you, how you worked together. And that you were doing things that were right for you and regardless of whether this was to do with his friends, his family, your friends, your family, you would back each other. Okay, you had each other's backs. And yeah, on the bottom of the deck we have Lovers. I do feel like this jealous person tried to come between you and tried to get you out of the way, basically. But she instigated a whole... I'm saying she because I'm being really drawn to this card. Okay. This could be somebody that likes to not perceive, but likes to be perceived as having a lot of money and like to be in abundance, and then you came in and kind of blew that out of the water. Okay, this could be a feminine that values money, that like, I keep hearing greedy, like basically I've just heard she went after, or they went after you for clout. Okay. Somebody, it was for attention. It was pick me energy. They were looking for others to validate them, so they'd attacked you out of jealousy and resentment, ultimately. Green-eyed monster. 6 of Cups. Yeah, this could very much be past energy, okay? This could have been something that happened to you 6 weeks ago, 6 months, 6 years. Take it as it resonates. But there's something about... The 6 of Cups could also be something about a reconciliation, okay? There's something to do with a masculine, and this could be your counterpart. Going from a boy to a man. Stepping up and being a man. Like, you turned this person into a man overnight. This is also people's perception of you. Okay, so these flying monkeys that came in and were roped into attacking you, they're also seeing that you were being portrayed as a childish energy, and they're realizing that actually that you're not this childish energy. So this is it's like two sides. This is how you were being portrayed, but this is actually what they were seeing. But they were being gaslit into believing that you were this child and that you needed to grow up and that you were acting childishly. Purely because of your boundaries and your self-respect, okay? Somebody could have love bombed you, or this could be to do with, again, your self-love, your self-respect. You're not waiting around for anyone outside of you to validate you. You go off, you do your healing, you validate yourself. You don't need anyone to carry your surfboard. Okay, you can carry your own surfboard. You can buy yourself flowers. Okay, I just heard the song Flowers by Miley Cyrus. Somebody may have made fun of you for this. For like, you said something to somebody about how you don't need outside validation. And that you're quite happy to spend time alone. People made fun of you for that. Okay? People made fun of you for being able to be a loner, be a lone wolf. They're not laughing anymore. Because you're coming out of this hermit mode. You're being seen out and about. And you're more abundant than ever. Okay, your energy is just abundant. It's just when people didn't think that you could glow any brighter, you go and prove them wrong. Okay, you've had a glow up, you've stepped out, and this energy is potent. let's get some cards with regards to advice and guidance from Spirit on how to move forward with this energy. I don't feel like any apologies are coming in. I feel like people are sorry, but I don't feel like they're making moves to put things right. At the moment, they're just so focused on themselves and saving face. They're so embarrassed that they can't, yeah, they're embarrassed. They can't face you because they're too embarrassed to face you. Oh, I dropped them. Let's try that again. So some advice or guidance, please, Spirit, with regards to moving forward with this situation. Okay. Your hard work is paying off. It's time to take action. Okay. One more card, please, Spirit. Advice or guidance with regards to moving forward with this energy. Thank you. It's time to release negativity. The end of a tough cycle approaches. Okay. Whatever you're doing, continue to do it, okay? Because your hard work is paying off. A cycle is approaching, and an end, and all of this energy is coming to an end, okay? This cycle is going to be closed, okay? One way or another, this cycle is going to be closed. I am just going to clarify this. It's time to take action, because yesterday I did a reading about the karmic feminine and the sacred / divine feminine, however you want to perceive her, as going head to head, okay? And this card came out yesterday. So clarify, it's time to take action, please, Spirit. A win-win outcome is for I'll start again. A win-win outcome is forecast, okay? It's time to take action. It's time for the scales of justice to be balanced, okay? On the bottom of the deck, we have don't let pride get in your way. Maintain your truth and your integrity, okay? It's really important at this time. Up your protection. Don't... I feel like somebody's going to try and... Like, you might be feeling like... a little bit of a, like, your confidence is waning. You need to push through that energy, okay? You need to fight through that energy, okay? You need to give it your all. Obviously not to the extent that you're burning yourself out, okay? Because then that just opens you up for attack, okay? So rest when you need to rest, but do not give in to procrastination. Do not give in to a lack of confidence. Just keep going. Whatever it is that you're doing, just keep doing it, okay? Make sure that you're taking care of yourself. Do something nice for yourself. Do an act of self-love. Go and buy yourself some flowers. Take yourself for a walk. Go to the cinema. Have a nice bath. Do your hair, do your makeup, okay? It doesn't have to be done for anyone but yourself. Just do things that make you feel good, okay? Tap into, because I feel like at the moment that you're picking up on possibly their energy of where they're not quite feeling very confident and very good within themselves, because they're feeling this guilt and shame, okay? If you've got guilt and shame coming up for yourself, look at where you're still feeling guilt and shame. It may be that you feel like you need to allow these people back in. You don't have to, okay? Forgiving someone doesn't mean that you have to allow them back into your life. Because at the end of the day, they still did what they did. Use your discernment. Some of these people genuinely do feel sorry. Do I think that they're going to apologise? No, not at this time. I really don't, because they're too focused on saving themselves. So that's why I'm saying they need to ask themselves, are they sorry because of what they've done to you, or are they sorry because they got caught and they're now embarrassed and ashamed because they've been caught out? Because these people are just scrambling and trying to save face at the moment, okay? They're still not thinking about you and what it's actually done to you. Because they're all still pointing fingers, okay? So nobody's taking accountability. So continue to do you. Continue to stand your ground with regards to no contact with these people. You don't have to. If you want to have contact with these people, have contact. But my advice to you is is not to at this time, okay? That doesn't mean that you can't have contact with them further down the line. But at this moment in time, there's a real emphasis on just focusing on you, okay? And your self-care, your self-worth, and making sure that, you know, that you stay on your path, okay? Because these people in this energy that they're in, if you allow them back in, they're going to throw you off your path, or they're going to try to, okay? Intentionally for some, unintentionally for others. You have to use your discernment, okay? Let's get some affirmations to end that on. Affirmations are positive statements about what you want to believe is true, about yourself or your life, and they can help to maintain a positive mindset, okay? So it might, if you don't already, it might be worth really tapping into some affirmations right now. Just keeping your vibration high, releasing anything and everything that no longer serves you, okay? Because I don't know about you, but I wouldn't want to go through this cycle again, okay? Let's do what needs to be done to close this cycle out. Okay, let's get some affirmations, please, Spirit. I'll give my permission to switch off my mind and have some fun. Absolutely. If you've been working really hard lately, don't forget to balance that out by having some fun, doing something that you enjoy. Tap into that inner child, okay? Raise your vibration. I am strong enough to face every issue in my life with courage and trust. Absolutely. Do not let these people get to you, okay? Because that's what they want. Because then that allows them to get away with it in a sense, and allows them to like not have to take accountability, okay? I soothe away anxiety and stress by choosing to do things that help me relax. Absolutely. Do what you've got to do to keep your vibration high, up your protection at this time. Make sure you're cleansing and clearing your energy regularly, and staying grounded, okay? Make sure that you're drinking plenty of water to stay hydrated as well, and drinking plenty of water. If you're listening to Reiki, excuse me, if you're listening to Reiki, doing some sort of form of healing, okay, and your shadow work, drinking water is going to help you flush out those toxins, okay? It's going to help you flush them out. It's going to, if you're feeling a bit emotional, get yourself near a body of water, drink water, have a bath, okay? Water represents our emotions. So yeah, I'm really strongly feeling guided for some to have like a nice salt bath or some sort of spiritual bath, okay? It doesn't have to be, just a nice pampering bath, whatever makes you feel good, yeah? Okay, I'm going to leave it there. I really do hope that this helps someone. Take care, stay safe, and I will see you soon. Namaste.